Hi, welcome to the video. My name is Henry, and yes, you read that title right. I learned the handstand in about 5 months or 152 days. You don't need a lot of strength, but it does require a lot of coordination. Mentally, I think it's very difficult because as humans, we don't want to fall on our ass. We don't want to fall down. I'll go over how I learned the handstand and I'll give you some tips to avoid mistakes I made while learning this handstand. Now, learning the handstand can be pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie, when I was learning it, I was terrified of kicking up and trying to get into the position. This easily made my progress take a lot longer than it should have, but I was just so scared of falling over because as a kid, I have a very vivid memory of the last time I tried to do a handstand. I was a chubby kid, and for some reason, I just decided to do a handstand, but I fell forward, fell over. But ever since then, I've been terrified of learning the handstand. Even just getting up in that position, I couldn't fully commit. You know, like when you're scared of something and you want to do it, but your body just freezes as you're going to do it. I knew if I wanted to get good at handstand push-ups, I just had to get used to being upside down. So I decided to go for it and just learn the handstand. I looked up videos and they definitely helped, but I didn't follow them fully. And that's one of my mistakes I made. And there's so many different options, so it can get overwhelming if you try to do it on your own. The reason it can get overwhelming is because you need to learn how to fall safely. You should learn how to do the right body position, learn how to correctly distribute the weight to hold your balance. If you start falling too forward, you need to put pressure more on your palm and go back the other way and vice versa. So there's a lot of little mechanics, little tweaks to technique that you can do. The beginning of my journey consisted of mainly doing stuff on the wall. All I could do was go chest to wall and walk up the wall and just hold myself there in that position. Even doing that for the first few attempts, maybe the first few weeks, I wasn't fully comfortable with, but it was a starting point. Getting comfortable on the wall will cut your learning curve in half. It's definitely something that really helped me with the handstand. Eventually, after a few weeks, I would start kicking off the wall a little bit, pushing against the wall and holding the position without any support. Of course, it was terrifying. I was worried of falling over, going head first, neck first, breaking my neck, getting hurt. But it was small progress. I think I probably could have made a lot more progress if I fully committed to these training exercises, safely, obviously. My body was still fighting me. I still couldn't fully go after it. My body was not letting me do it. So I had to overcome that. And if you don't have a mental block like that, I think you'll progress a lot faster than I did. You could probably even learn it in less than a month if you do it. Now, eventually, I started holding it a lot longer on the wall. I would kick off and be able to hold it up to 10 seconds, but obviously, I was still using chest to wall. I wasn't doing freestanding yet. I had no practice really kicking up into the handstand, and to tell you the truth, learning how to kick up is an art in of itself, important part of the handstand technique for beginners, and you need to get comfortable kicking up, and that's something I didn't do for a long time, so that made my progress take much longer. Now, the benefit of training chest to wall, you will get used to bailing out of the handstands, because when you bail, the goal is to stick one hand out and then rotate in that direction. Once you start losing balance, whichever hand you reach out with first, that's the side you favor. So you go towards that side. If it's your right, stick out the right, and then you turn your body towards the right. If you're liking these tips, then I would love for you to subscribe. I'm just trying to build this community on your calisthenics journey. You're on your fitness journey, trying to get stronger. I would love to have you join this community. Everyone's on their own road, and we just want to support each other. Expect more videos like this talking about fitness, especially calisthenics. Now, learning how to bail out of a handstand is very important. So I definitely think for the first few weeks, get chest to wall handstands down. It's scary at first, just slowly over time progress. And then eventually you're going to be kicking your foot off the wall a little bit, pushing your foot off the wall. And the goal is to press the ground away from you, get into a straight line, and make sure you get comfortable with the balancing. If you're falling too far forward, put more pressure on the palm of your hand. If you are going back towards the wall, you want to press more the tip of your fingers So you definitely want to use a chest to wall handstand to get comfortable with the balance and get comfortable in that position. So work on that chest to wall handstand and then learning how to bail. Once you feel like you're getting more comfortable in the position, you're bailing comfortably, and it's like a natural reaction in your body, you don't have to think about it too much, then you can start doing back to wall handstands. This is something I did not implement as much. Chest to wall was the main thing I did, and I was pretty good at bailing, but I never fully got good at kicking up, and so that made my progress take a lot longer. I neglected the kick up. A lot of the times I would just kick, but half my sessions would be me just trying to kick up into one handstand position and then maybe getting like 1 out of every 10. So I wouldn't get enough practice in the position. And if I did chest to wall or back to wall handstands where I could practice more on the kick, I could focus on how much I'm kicking and how much force I put into the kick up into the handstand, I would have progressed a lot quicker. Definitely don't neglect back to wall handstands because this is the best way to practice your kicking up into the position. You don't want to put your feet too far away from your hands. You want to have them as close as you can to your hands. Not too close though, because that makes it much harder to kick, but the closer they are, the less force you need to put and the more gently you can get into the position. If you over kick it, you're only going to hit the wall, and that's fine. You can use the wall, your heel, to push off the wall and get into the right position, and you can practice the handstand there. You can continue to work on the balance, and assuming you did a lot of chest to wall handstand, you should be a little bit more comfortable in that position. So when you push off the wall with your heels and a back to the wall handstand, you should be pretty comfortable in getting to that position and getting some good practice in there. So eventually a back to wall handstand practice will be perfect. You can work on the kick up and you can work on that position. If you just try to do a bunch of kick ups without the wall, maybe you'll get lucky, but most of the time, like 1 in every 10 attempts, you'll actually get a decent handstand in, and it's just gonna be slower, less efficient. This is the number 1 tip you should use. This next one, like, I didn't do it, I really regret it. The number 1 tip, in my opinion, for getting the most out of your handstand practices is to record your handstands. You need to see how your body is aligning, and you need to see what you can work on, how you can fix your body posture. Record your sessions, record your handstands. You can do your handstands at the start of your workout and record a few. Just time how long you can hold it on the wall and how your kick-ups are looking. It'll save you so much time. And now, finally, one last bonus tip. Stretch out your body. After every session or even at night, do some back stretches, some upper back stretches. Do some hand stretches, some wrist stretches, forearm stretches. The last thing you want is to develop some sort of elbow issue, some wrist pain. Even using P-bars, parallel bars on the ground can save you a lot of wrist pain. Warm up your shoulders. Get some flexibility in your hamstrings as well. That'll help you with the kick up. At this point, my handstands are a lot cleaner. I feel more comfortable getting into the position, but I took so much time doing the wrong things. If you use the tips and the advice in this video, you will see some good progress. This is what I wish I did when learning the handstand. It took me forever. I could have cut my progress in half if I focused and did the right things. But we live and we learn. The reason I'm making this video is to show you what not to do. So I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, don't forget to like. It helps the channel out a lot. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check some of my other videos. See you guys next time.